Good afternoon to everyone. You are welcome to this presentation about Anonymous Heartbeat, that is an NGO placed at northern of Iraq. So my name is Miriam Arredondo. I have been working as a volunteer in North Iraq for around 14 years. And I want to tell you something that is pretty much in my heart, and is to relate to babies and children, right? So Anonymous Heartbeats is a humanitarian mission that brings life-saving pediatric cardiac care to vulnerable children in north of Iraq. This mission was born from a direct volunteer humanitarian service, that means myself. And this region has been affected for recurrent conflicts, displacement, and fragile healthcare system. So therefore, for this situation, we find out that it's an urgent humanitarian need to give children suffering from heart disease a real chance to live. What happened is that we find out through working at the hospital is that they do have many babies who just lose their life for lack of care. What we do is we bring children to other places. I want to show you this video. On a video. Where we are bringing a child to other city through ambulance. So our mission is to support children across North Iraq who are living with cardiac condition, identifying those with the greatest chance to survival. So that's what we do. But we also help them to have access, life-saving open heart surgery in neighbor countries, like in these pictures. I can show you that we are at the airport on Israel, that now for the current situation, we cannot bring them there anymore. And sometimes we fly children to Baghdad, Qatar or Italy, right? Actually, right now we do in Baghdad, where before we didn't have the chance. But of course, we have cases where children cannot survive, so that's not possible. What we do is we provide compassionate accompaniment, so the children and families are not left alone in suffering or loss. This is a really challenging thing because culture-wise and ideology and religion, sometimes too, the companion of suffering is something that is quite new for them. So we also work hard on provide that for them. So what happened is more than 10,000 children and families are affected by this condition in Iraq. What I'm talking about is the belly conflict that's going on, right? Iraq continued to face major development challenge due to years of armed conflicts and instability. For example, 2014, 2016, they did have again a situation with the Islamic group where the economy was more or less stable, getting better, and then they just lose it again. So all this comes for results of a bad health system, of course, also education, but we are focused on health in this very moment, right? So what happened is Kurds and Arab families are both impacted by this urgent pediatric health crisis. So you will learn a little more through this. So the factors that contribute to this high burden of pediatric heart disease in the regions are, at least I will tell you 5 of them, could be other ones, but in this PowerPoint, I will show you that consanguinity within some communities. For example, they are get married between families and then sometimes they are close families, so that doesn't help much. There is 1988, there was a chemical genocide that still until now there is a consequence for that, but also on the ongoing war around them or inside the country also make that children are born with congenital problems. There is also limited prenatal care and delayed diagnosis, malnutrition, and pregnancy at a very young age. What happened is, well, girls are somehow forced to be married between 12 or 13 years old, and so the body is not ready for a pregnancy, right? So many families have lost more than one child. That culture-wise, that's not a good thing for a mother or a lady, woman who doesn't have a child. That's really complicated for them in a family situation. So the expectative is that they should have at least one child to the husband. Religious one, the men are allowed to have 4 women. So the woman must have a child, otherwise their living situation is quite difficult. Families are often live in difficult conditions that prevent their children from receiving the quality of life and medical care they deserve. For example, camps that they have either displaced people or refugees. Many of these children are without any opportunity to be cared of. Lack of access to specialization healthcare. This is a huge thing over there because if you know a little bit the history of Iraq, the north of Iraq has been free since 2003, so there is no many specialization, medical specialization, because let's say they start to be autonomous after that. So it has been already 23 years. That is not enough to develop. Now it's getting a little bit better, but it's still too much work to do, right? So what we believe, the impossible can become possible. This is a case that I want to show you. This girl has been diagnosed when she was born from a single ventricle. That is a rare condition, sorry, around the world, but she somehow managed to survive. And then she got her first surgery when she was 1 year and a half. This kind of condition, surgery has been done kind of straight away when the baby is born, but she didn't have the opportunity. So we went her to Italy for 3 times to have a surgery. And then that's kind of impossible science-wise, but she managed to survive. And now she is 4 years old, getting to 5, waiting for a heart transplant in Boston. So this is an example that what we do seems impossible, but then becomes things get possible, right? So then what we do, we appeal to the hearts of those who willing contribute even a small grain or sand to help save lives, right? We believe that in training people, so the mission can go beyond one moment and create lasting impact. We also train people. We bring nurses, doctors to surgeries inside the country, but also we expect that, well, not that they expect, but it's asking for them to training and teach what is could be helpful for the country. And we our aim is usually doctors and nurses and like multidisciplinary team. So whatever is available who wants to help and do some training and come and do surgeries, they are always helpful. We seek to unite those willing to give part of their lives and service to others. Like in this case, we see a lady who is from Germany. She was still is a nurse in Israel. So I brought this baby with me for her to take care. And this organization has people from different countries who help. So, and then we do training inside the country for nurses and doctors, that I mentioned before. This is myself doing some training about respirator and respiratory care, right? So, well, we believe that faith is the assurance of things that happen, for the conviction of things not seen. In anonymous heartbeats, we believe that through perseverance, constancy, faith, and collective actions, the impossible can become possible. So therefore, we are willing to ask you guys if some of you will want to get on board with us. So we say that in a point in our life, we should be willing to help to each other and leave a legacy, right, in this world. And why not? And anonymous heartbeat can be what your options or one of your goal to either, like is mentioned here, through prayers, companionment, medical skill, financial support, or by sharing this project with other people. Maybe you say you are not a person, I'm not a person who can do something, but you can be willing to do it and share to somebody that maybe it will. And something simple like prayer. And nowadays we are also thinking about the situation where in this media can also do accompaniment through WhatsApp or through Zoom. So we are just more than happy to hear from you, and hopefully you getting more to help us with this organization. So I am so grateful for your time, and thank you very much. And we will say in Spanish, gracias, but also in Arabic, we say shukran and spas in Kurdish. Thank you for your time for this presentation. Have a nice day.